Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yesterday Kabam released a dev diary about AI deep dive, and I'm not obviously going to read it all. I'm sure you are all capable of doing it on yourselves, but there are a couple of interesting information tidbits, as well as obviously the major announcement. So we can start in the reverse order. So the moment you have been waiting for. We don't usually share this sort of information this early, but we want to continue to train this train of transparency and show you how seriously we are taking this. Our dearest and faithful summoners, we are actively in development of building a brand new AI system, AI 2.0 to be exact. Our goal with this rebuild is to gain the ability to actually do things like just tune intercept down, or build a feedback loop where the AI actually understands that it has been throwing heavies against the far wall for 20 seconds and should maybe try something else. But first, we still need to build out new systems for perception and memory, and then for making decisions and get those decisions as close to parity with the current system possible. After all, that weird random button masher is a core part of the contest as we know it, and we don't plan to start things off with a wild departure from what you're used to. You know, we won't perfectly replicate the current experience, but we intend to get very close, only with access to many more tools and levers for further improvements. Additionally, we're building this system so that we have the ability to roll it out carefully and deliberately. We don't plan to surprise you one day with an announcement that the whole contest has swapped over, but instead plan to test this first only in specific quests or game modes. Now, this is still a long way out, and here's going to come the big issue. There will certainly be a number of challenges for delivering this, but we are committed to improving the player experience here and in further to keep you in the loop to build out this massive addition to the contest. And here's the thing, good. Love the fact that they are working. I am worried about the fact that building this new AI 2.0 could come at the cost of improving the current one. So our current gameplay experience isn't complete. Third, because we're missing the medium intercept, AI is randomly light intercepting us, AI recovery speeds seems to be absolutely insane, which, by the way, I find even bigger issue with than I previously did, based on the information that they provide in this article above. Now, ultimately, this is obviously a good piece of news, and the worrisome part here is the long way out. Now, realistically, it's a good promise for at some point. The problem is the uncertainty of how long. They didn't give us an estimated time frame. Next year or whatever. And as with Kabam's track record, obviously there is a fair deal of skepticism here, because just about everything and anything new that comes to the game is bugged into the smithereens, and then eventually maybe it starts working properly. So I'll take this announcement for what it is. Good to know that they're working on it. Hopefully in future this is going to be good and nice, and you know, we're all going to have better fight experience, because that is currently one of the game's biggest problems. At the same time, I am not excited for it, because this again comes with a set of worries, like them prioritizing the build of new AI over making our experience meanwhile better than it is. Like, if this announcement means that current AI is going to remain until such time as this new one is launched, not necessarily a good thing, because, you know, we as players generally have the expectation that Kabam is working on making the gameplay experience better, and building new systems can be a part of it, but can't be instead of it if they plan to ignore the AI issues for a year, for instance. So that's good. Happy it's coming. But I'm not gonna, you know, jump and clap for them for that, because much of that, I think, again, was within the expectation. you did not know that Kabam's building a brand new AI system previously, and all the best to them with that. As players, we are also focused on now, this month, next month, month after. And speaking of now, we need to figure out what AI is exactly and how this works currently in the game according to what Kabam is telling us. Not an actual artificial intelligence. Frame perfect button masher with random outputs. More on this later. Too random, but also doesn't respect randomness. It's too random for designers to control, but also has old hard rules that make it harder to understand the true randomness at times, making it very difficult to debug. Okay, what does AI know? Actions. AI knows what buttons are available to press: light, medium, heavy, specials, block, etc. Distance, how far apart the attacker and the defender is. State, what animation state are the characters in: idle, block, dash, special attack, hit, stun, etc. What doesn't the AI know? Effects. AI doesn't know about the existence of buffs, debuffs, passives, timers, nodes, traps, etc. There are effects that modify how it makes its random decisions, but doesn't know if they're active or not. Now that is bull crap in my opinion, because I think just about every one of us have the player experience of AI just refusing to throw a special attack until the exact moment the power sting expires, or waiting out effects. That happens a lot, happens often, and it can't be random. It can't be just a coincidence that, AI waited for my damage phase to basically run out until it actually threw its special attack so I can actually start hitting it, or again, the power sting example, or so much more. Okay, this one's fine. AI doesn't know about the existence of masteries, ones that allow lives and MCOC gameplay. As an example, AI is never attempting to parry because it doesn't know what that is or does. It simply tries to block incoming hits, and this causes it to parry. The same goes for dexterity, no matter how impressive the performance. Okay, fine. Memory. The AI only knows about the present game state. It has no concept of things that has happened earlier in the fight. This means that it also has no idea it's attempting the action for the first time or for the 20th time in a row. Okay. How does AI make decisions? Each AI can take is a given weighted chance of being rolled. So every action AI does basically random crystal opening type thing. Every time the AI rolls to see what action it attempts, even if it's already performing another one. There are some rules that make actions invalid, e.g. you can't do this action if you're in this state, you can't do this action if your distance to the opponent's too great, and so on. If the AI rolls an invalid action, we'll keep re-rolling until it holds a valid one, and the animation below shows. Okay. Now here's you can see here frame. We don't see the exact, obviously the makings of the percentages of the AI and stuff like that, but I have seen a data mined images of how AI works in this game, and stuff like recovery time is something that Kabam directly can adjust. And there is no excuse, for instance, for situation right now where Kindred, for instance, can recover from his special one so quick that you don't even get a chance to punish that level one. I think stuff like that is something that Kabam can directly affect based on either champion-specific tuning, as in, like, in rare cases, champion relies on specific action as a core part of their gameplay, but they also are able to tune things like recovery times. And here, we can add additional weighting to that action for that character, e.g. heavy attack on Dr. Doom when your opponent is shocked, for instance. We do mean rare here. There are far fewer of these cases than players usually suspect. If you say so. AI profiles. Each fight has an AI profile assigned to determine its default ways for rolling each action. We primarily use two: easy for early game content, hard for everything else. Okay. Aggression. During the fight, hitting the defender builds up a hidden aggression stat, which adds more weight to certain attack actions. This decays over time. If you stop hitting the defender, both growth and decay of the system vary by profile. Mistakes. Another hidden system is mistakes. The AI has a chance in role to make a bad decision with the original intent of giving the player an opening to capitalize on. Effects. There are effects that modify AI behavior, e.g. taunt, intimidate, and infuriate. They do this by adding weight to a targeted action, such as special attack in the case of taunt, or by modifying the overall aggression of the system. And again, there's no reason why intimidate should be a placebo debuff, really, or behaving like one, because they could just amp up the value of that if they truly wanted players to actually use Titania the way she was intended to. So again, there's a load of different text now, but most of it is complaining that they are working very hard and it is difficult to work on this AI system because when they touch one thing, some other breaks down. So again, so the big takeaways from this is that AI 2.0 is coming. The Kabam claims that AI has no memory currently and is unaware of any effects, which again, I really do have my skepticism about it, because that's certainly not the experience in the game. And as the last point here, a system like this generally doesn't explain, for instance, the massive change in recovery times. Unless obviously Kabam themselves changed it to make the fights, more frustrating and whatnot. Like they fixed the reparry, but the parry issue, like AI currently right now parries 10 times more than it did 2 years ago. Clearly Kabam has adjusted that. AI currently recovers now much faster than it used to, making champions like Omega Red borderline unplayable in some matchups because you can't heavy punish another heavy attack safely enough anymore. Parries happen more often because AI is quicker at getting that block up like it used to be. And all of those things are things that do need to be looked into and adjusted. Because it shouldn't be that AI is capable of performing a plethora of actions that players have just no physical ability to do. But this is where we stand. Let me know what you guys think. How much of this post is... I don't necessarily think that there's an explicit lie or misinformation in this post. I do, however, think that there are significant pieces of information being left out. Like, for instance, what's happening with the recovery times and so on and so forth. So, let's see what happens. But the biggest question is, will Kabam even stop bothering to try and improve the current AI until they build up the new one? In which case, that's quite atrocious. But, eventually the good thing is that at some point, if any of us are still playing this game, we will get a new AI. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next